If you saw my video on the Protectobots, I said that Defensor was better than my favourite G1 combiner Menasaur. In fact, well, even if you didn't see my Protectobots video, I still said that. Fuck, you're arrogant sometimes. Still, even if Defensor is better, does that mean that I like him more than Menasaur? And the Stunticons in general? Absolutely not. I'm not above being a difficult pain in the arse on this subject, but since I was little, the Stunticons have always been the cool kid ones, you know? Even though I didn't have any of the toys growing up, there's something about them. They were the only ones that I can remember in the show who were having a laugh in the Decepticons. The mad lads that just enjoyed having a good time going wild. Also, I'm not a car guy, but they're all in vehicle modes that are hard to argue with as some of the coolest in the line at that time. Fucking hard to argue with as some of the coolest in the line at the time. How many qualifiers do I need to put into a sentence to avoid someone being a prick in the comments? The Stunticon vehicle modes are the best, no messing. Leader of the pack is Motormaster. Now, being a tiny idiot, I always assumed he was just a repaint of Optimus Prime, and who would buy more than one Optimus Prime? In the show, he was depicted almost as Prime's evil double, a big truck dad who looked after his team of rough customers. He's an awkward one in robot mode. He absolutely doesn't have the same presence as Prime. Even that huge sword and the gun, it does nothing for him when you put him up against the big man. That neck setup can't be comfortable either. He's blinkered like a horse. What a state of affairs. Those feet do very little to hide what he turns into, but who's hiding? Not Motormaster. He'll use those big stompers to kick a fist up you. No one can say anything against the truck mode though. Eh? Eh? Don't you even start. I love it. It's just a big fun truck to roam around the living room floor. It's a Kenwood K1100 Aerodyne sleeper, apparently. Very fancy. I like how the majority of the Motormaster body is in the cab, imagining him tucked up in there laughing his arse off. Next up is Wild Rider, and this guy. This fucking guy is crazy. Now, these combiner limbs are not really known for their articulation, but he has a wee gun. Look, that's fun, isn't it? He might have my favourite stickers on the front. I think they go very well with his colour scheme. Plus, he's got a face redder than when I entered the bodybuilding competition at TF Nation. He turns very quickly and very simply into a Ferrari 308, and you can't say fairer than that. Each of these lads comes with a gun that attaches to their exhaust. Well, hope he's lubed up. Breakdown's up next, and he's a tall boy compared to Wild Rider. He's the paranoid one of the group, but he shouldn't be worried about what people are saying, because he's gorgeous, and indeed, that is all that matters in life. Wee lesson for you there. His vehicle mode is the Lamborghini Countach, the car that everyone in my school wanted, except me. I wanted Metroplex. It's a very nice sculpt. Apparently, breakdown can cause vibrations so hard that it creates problems for other machinery, so we'll soon fix that. Dragstrip is a beautiful thing to behold, an aquamarine face on a maroon head sitting atop a yellow body with hints of chrome. It's an all-time favourite colour scheme. Mine is quite floppy. The head wants to flick back, and I'll be fucked if I can keep that silver chest plate in position for more than 5 seconds, but it still looks good. I don't have his gun, unfortunately, so feel free to stop the review here if that feels like too much of a betrayal. Turning into an equally weird Tyrrell P34 Formula 1 car, Dragstrip really is ready to hit the road. I always thought it was a bit of a weird combination putting a Formula 1 car with these other lads, but I guess they were looking to hit every cool car that they could, and they did. Just remember the safe word, Dragstrip. Dead End is my favourite, and probably the favourite of all fellow folks who suffer from low mood. Put a gold face on anyone and I'm here for them. Due to his transformation being slightly different to Wild Rider and Dragstrip, he shares a taller stature with Breakdown, and I do like it when combiner teams are all different heights. He turns into a beautiful Porsche 928, which is by far my favourite of the group. It's a beautiful wee thing. Something very 80s about it, which should be of no surprise, but you know what I mean, stop being difficult. Time for the old Thermometer Lane. Altogether they look marvellous. Even Motormaster's cab being wildly out of proportion can't stop this party. With the king of the road heading things up, they really look ready to create a path of destruction, partying as they go. Now, like Defensor, there's lots of bits to lose down the back of your throat or in your belly button. There's an extra little car too, can you believe that? An extra car? It doesn't even do anything, but still. Putting together Menasaur is easy enough. The armour slaps on and it stays on, which I like very much. As ever, there's a lot of guns left over, but a little Ziploc bag will take care of those. And there he is, Menasaur, the best one, the coolest one. Look at how all these colour schemes come together. It's like 5 different entities trying to coexist, yet completely unified as one massive bastard. I would have swooned over this as a kid. I might even have developed a taste for cars in real life. So maybe it's not a bad thing I'm only discovering them now, close to 40, when it's too late to get into anything new. The only thing left to do is to connect Motormaster up to Metroplex along with Hotspot and see what having 2/4 of Scramble City feels like. Oh yeah, oh yeah, that looks good. Motormaster's base mode is a little repair bay, kinda reminds me of a mechanic's garage, you know? Put the little roller car up there and yep, looks good. Only the aerial bots and Combaticons left to go. My life is as exciting as it seems. So that's the Stunticons. Cool, but crude. A reminder that you can have a laugh anywhere, even in an interplanetary struggle for resources and power. I got their G2 coloured counterparts from Combiner Wars a few years ago, and while they're cool, and my first Stunticons, the originals drive away with the prize. Drive away. It's usually walk away, but I'm so clever, man. Like and subscribe.